Here's the hard truth: trying to make everyone happy is like filling a bottomless pit. It'll drain you dry and leave you empty. Approval, it's always shifting. Today, they're clapping. Tomorrow, they turn away the second you don't fit their mold. So, think about it. When was the last time you did something just to make others happy? Did it fill you up, or did it leave you feeling like your own dreams were on the back burner? Every time you chase approval, you're letting someone else take control of your life. They steer, they decide, and you're just trying to keep up. Living like that, it's like giving your life over to a crowd that cheers only when it's convenient for them. The rules keep changing, and the more you chase their approval, the more they expect you to bend, to compromise, to play it safe. Bit by bit, everything unique, everything powerful about you gets worn down. Approval doesn't build strength, it builds fear. It teaches to avoid risk, to play small, to sideline your vision just to fit in. You might think you're keeping the peace or being liked, but what's it really costing you? Your confidence, your time, your future. Approval seeking is like trying to run a marathon with weights on your ankles. Step feels heavier. People's approval as a fake fair weather friend. Here today, gone tomorrow. When you live for their applause, you'll also live for their judgment. It's exhausting. One day, you'll look in the mirror and realize you don't even recognize yourself because you've twisted yourself so many times just for a nod from people who don't even care. That feeling of resentment building up, that's the price of bending for people who wouldn't even notice if you stopped. Why keep doing it? Why trade your unique ideas, your voice, your passion just to fit into a mold that wasn't made for you? Approval is a trap, a dead end, and the sooner you recognize it, the sooner you can take back control. They don't own you. You're not here to meet their expectations. You're here to create a legacy. Every hour spent chasing approval is time you're not using to build what matters. Time you're never getting back. Each time you prioritize their opinions over your vision, you're not just wasting time. You're squandering your potential. And potential isn't infinite. It's a gift that fades if you don't use it. How many years have you spent toning yourself down, playing it safe to fit into someone else's comfort zone? Approval seeking doesn't just hold you back. It rewires your mind to think small, to expect less, to settle. You start believing you're not capable of greatness because you're so busy waiting for permission. Real growth, it happens when you step outside that circle of comfort, even if it means standing alone. That's proof. Imagine waking up one day, realizing you've missed your shot. You look around and all those people you tried to impress, they've moved on. You've spent your life building someone else's idea of success, never creating something bold, something powerful. So here's the question: how much more are you willing to give up? How much proof do you? How much potential will you waste? Just because you're scared of stepping outside the crowd. Approving nods are worthless if you're not building something that's truly yours. Stop holding back. Reclaim that energy and pour it into something meaningful. Approval will fade, but real potential lasts. It's time to stop playing small. Build a life that years from now, you'll look back on. Every time you look outside yourself for validation, you chip away at your confidence. When your self-worth is tied to others' opinions, you give them the power to define you. You're saying, tell me who I am, tell me what I'm worth. And that's a recipe for disaster. Nobody that's prudy knows what you're capable of better than you do. But the more you rely on others for validation, the less you believe in your instincts, your voice. Approval seeking is like building a house on sand. It collapses with every gust of opinion, every fleeting comment. People's opinions are like the wind. They change without warning. One day they're about you, the next day they couldn't care less. Basing your self-worth on that, it's emotional quicksand. The more you rely on it, the deeper you sink. Approval comes with strings. It's conditional. You only get if you're willing to mold yourself into their expectations. The moment you stray, the moment you act for yourself, it's gone. And there you are wondering why you feel empty. You've let their standards become your measure, and it erodes everything good in you. Your confidence, your passion, your courage. That's God's proof to you. When you live for their approval, it shows. It's like wearing a sign that says, yeah, I don't believe in myself, so I need you to tell me who I am. People respect those who stand firm in their beliefs, not those who bend with every shift. When you're constantly bending, You send a clear message, my worth depends on you. And that's a losing game. Self-worth isn't something you find outside yourself. It's something you build, something you fiercely protect. When you let go of approval seeking, you're saying, I'm enough. I trust my own judgment. Real confidence comes from knowing you're true to yourself, not from likes or applause. Start valuing your own opinion over theirs. Believe in your voice, your path, because nobody else can walk it for you. The only approval you need, that's your own. Let's talk legacy. The mark you leave on this world that outlasts opinions and applause. Legacy is real, it's lasting. Approval, fleeting, shallow, here today, gone tomorrow. Chasing attracts you from what truly matters. Legacy isn't about how people see you now. It's about how they remember you long after you're gone. Approval may give you a temporary high, but legacy withstands time and trends. It's built on substance, on what you actually accomplish, not on people's opinions. Who do you respect? The ones who pandered for approval or those who stood their ground? True impact comes from conviction, from a dedication to something bigger than yourself. And here's the truth, while you're building your legacy, most people won't get it. They may criticize, mock, or ask, that's proof to you. Why aren't you doing what everyone else does? But that's the point. Legacy isn't about fitting in. It's about standing out. Think of the game changers, those who left a real mark. They weren't focused on approval. They were laser focused on their mission. Some were even rejected in their time, but they knew their legacy was more important than approval. When you're gone, people will respect the impact you made. Not because they approved of every move, but because you stayed true to something that mattered. So what are you living for? Are you here to fit into a mold and get a pat on the back? Or are you here to leave a legacy that outlasts every fleeting opinion? Approval can't give you that, but your values and vision can. Stop caring what they think. Start building something they'll never forget. Breaking free from approval isn't easy, but it's possible. Here's the plan to move from approval seeking to legacy building. First, define your core values. If you don't know what you believe, the world will decide for you. Grounded values make you unshakable. When you're solid on what matters, you won't sway with every opinion. You'll walk with purpose. Challenge your comfort zone. Approval seeking keeps you safe, but legacy building requires you to take risks. Start small, take one bold step at a time. The more you push, the more resilient you become, and the less you'll need others' validation. Set goals beyond applause. If your goals are based on recognition, you're still chasing approval. Set goals that align with your values, that stretch you and build meaning. When your motivation is internal, the need for applause fades. Develop thick skin. Not every opinion matters. Criticism can be helpful, but not all of it deserves your time. Learn to take what's useful and ignore the rest. Thick skin means not letting criticism control your choices. Surround yourself with people who value legacy over approval. The people around you matter. If they're obsessed with popularity, you'll feel pressure to follow. Surround yourself with people who understand purpose, who challenge and lift you up. Not for applause, but for real impact. This shift won't happen overnight. You'll have days where approval feels easier, but with each choice to prioritize your values over others' opinions, you build momentum. That's proof to you. Create a life of meaning, a legacy that speaks for itself. Start now. Define your values. Challenge yourself. Set real goals. And surround yourself with people who understand. This is how you break free from living for approval and start building a legacy that's all yours. Building a legacy means facing criticism. People will judge, talk, and question. That adhere to you, but here's the difference between those who build something real and those who stay stuck. Resilience. You need a thick skin that won't crack with every comment or side eye. Not all criticism deserves attention. Some people criticize out of jealousy, insecurity, or because they're afraid of your progress. If you're hearing criticism, you're making waves. That's proof you're onto something big. Filter it. Not every opinion deserves space in your mind. Take constructive criticism, but let the petty stuff go. If you let every opinion matter, you give away control of your life. Don't take it personally. Often criticism reflects others' fears, not your truth. If you remember this, you'll stop letting every negative comment shake you. Your job isn't to convince everyone, it's to stay true to your vision. Embrace the critics. If everyone approves, you're playing it safe. Growth comes from pushing boundaries, and critics are proof you're challenging the norm. Wear it as a badge of honor. Build inner confidence. Confidence isn't shutting out feedback. It's knowing you're strong enough to handle it. Confidence means taking risks, learning, and knowing your worth isn't up for debate. Focus on your bigger picture. With a clear legacy, petty criticism loses its grip. Remember why you're doing this, and the small stuff fades away. The next time someone doubts or criticizes you, take a breath and remember, their opinion isn't your truth. You're here for something bigger. Real success isn't about impressing others. It's about impressing yourself. Authenticity is the foundation of real success. When you live true to yourself, you don't need approval. You have something better than self-respect, purpose, and peace. People chase success. That's all about appearances. They're checking boxes, following trends, but they're miserable. Deep down, they know they're living someone else's dream. A true fulfillment comes when your goals are genuinely yours. Are you living for yourself or for them? Real success is alignment, being so true to yourself that you don't need anyone's stamp of approval. Authenticity draws the right people to you, those who see and respect you for who you are. That's success that fills you up, that doesn't make you question if you're enough, because deep down you know you are. Authenticity frees you from comparison and competition. When you know who you are and what you stand for, approval becomes irrelevant. Real success is living fully without apology. Drop the act. The world doesn't need more people fitting in. It needs people willing to stand out. That's the kind of success they'll remember, the kind that doesn't depend on approval. Real success is saying, this is me and I wouldn't change a thing. Live authentically and you'll build a legacy that lasts. Building a legacy takes consistent action. Here are key habits. Practice self-affirmation every day. Start each day affirming your values and purpose. Remind yourself, I am enough. I am building something that matters. Grounding yourself in this truth strengthens your inner foundation. Take daily risks. Legacy isn't built in comfort. Take small steps that push you outside your comfort zone. Each risk strengthens your resilience and builds courage. Set goals that challenge you. If your goals don't make you uncomfortable, you're playing it safe. Reach for goals that stretch and grow you into a stronger person. Serve others for impact, not recognition. Legacy is about uplifting others, not seeking applause. Whether through mentoring, volunteering, or being there for someone, acts of service add depth to your legacy. Reflect and realign regularly. Check in with yourself. Are you staying true to your values? Adjust as needed and keep your vision clear. Celebrate your progress without outside validation. Approval seekers need praise to feel good. When you're building a legacy, celebrate your own growth. Your self-worth is unshakable because it comes from within. These habits, practiced daily, shape a legacy that's built on actions that matter. Start today. Approval is fleeting, but legacy, that's built by choice, by action, by intention.